And I mean now you're exposed to almost a whole new audience, even though I mean you had such an incredible run before you had to step away from America, but like there's it's constant. Like you constantly see people saying Speedball Mike Bailey is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, one of the greatest wrestlers on American TV right now. How does that make you feel after the time you had to spend away from the States? Is it like wish I was here during that period, or is it like a reinforcement, like I knew I belonged here, I knew this is what it could be? Because I mean we all did see it. Like anybody that watched the PWG stuff was well aware of what you were capable of.
So yes, and that PWG stuff was in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a lot of wrestling after that. And it bothered me for years when people would come up to me and say something like, "Oh, I loved your match." People would come up to me in 2019 and go like, "Oh, your best match was your match that I've ever seen was your match with Roderick Strong from 4 years ago," which is patently untrue. I've had much better matches since because I've gotten like a lot better. But ultimately, like it's very hard to say. I can theorize a bunch of scenarios where uh, you know, was able to continue wrestling in the States past 2016. And I did the Cruiserweight Classic and I got a WWE job there. And then I realized I was miserable and hated wrestling and went to live on a farm. That's one of the many scenarios
Yes.
I can theorize, but like you don't know. You really don't know. It could have been worse. It could have been better. You know, I had a great time for 5 years traveling the world and wrestling. And now I'm in Impact and I am absolutely killing it. And I am super happy doing what I'm doing. And there's no part of me that is like, I regret doing this. I should have done things differently. I did what I had to do. I'm glad it worked out. It's fun to theorize though. It's fun to think about what could have happened, but it's ultimately pointless.
I want to try this exercise. I want to try to guess some of the matches that you believe are better than the Roderick Strong match, which is amazing. And I'll
Yes.
I'll just go this year because like off the top of my head, there's like 10 this year that could probably be there. Lee
Yes.
Moriarty,
Absolutely.
Takeshita,
Yes.
Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel. Yes. That one, maybe my favorite match this year.
It's incredible. It's so
Mhm.
good. ACH probably earlier this year. I thought that one was amazing.
Yes.
And let me think. I wasn't an Impact, I don't think, but Moose at Revolver. It was at Revolver. It was at
Moveset
Sammy's.
Revolver. Yes.
Yes, I love that match. Like Sammy Callahan was always like sending me stuff, and he's like, "This is one you got to see." I like. There, it's not just in Impact is the thing. Like you're working these matches all across the country and delivering at the highest level possible.
So I'm going to give you one. And that triple threat between me, Ace, and Trey
Yes,
that happened at.
absolutely.
So that match is 1000% the most underrated match of my entire career.
I think like when I saw that match, I was like, everything about that screamed incredible pro wrestling match and television stars. Like not just pro wrestling stars, but television stars there. It was like within the X division, but three extremely different styles within the X division while still keeping the spirit of the X division, which I found to be like just a fascinating clash and combination. Like it was because Ace is such a just like an entertainer, and then we had like the strike based stuff. Then we had Trey doing his thing. That was an amazing match. How do you even begin to put something like that together?
So honestly, uh, it isn't difficult. It never is difficult.
I love that.
The best matches I've had were the easiest to make always in my career. And you talk to people who I wrestled Will Ospreay a bunch of times, and he's definitely the number one guy who, it takes 5 minutes. We don't even talk and we know what the match is gonna be. Because we
Yes.
know what we do that's cool. And it's just like you do this one, then I do this one, then that one. Good.